Hey, Two Fly Travel Gang, y'all there? What's going on with y'all, man? Hey, it's Two Fly Travel Adventures, man. I appreciate y'all rocking out with your boy. Please like, comment, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hey, I don't know what you're waiting for, man. This is going to be one of the flyest travel vloggers you ever done seen, man. Come this far, man. Nah, I'm just playing. But appreciate y'all rocking out with me for real, man. I got 400 and some subscribers. I'm grateful. We're going to keep climbing, though, man. Eventually, one day, want to see that thing at 100,000, but I know that's a long way from now, but we're going to keep it going. We're going to keep pushing, man. But with that being said, one of my subscribers reached out, and they want me to start doing these reviews and informational videos. And I did stay in the Dominican Republic for a whole month, so we're going to get into it. We're going to get into my assessments of the Dominican Republic, me staying out there for a whole month. The disclaimer too, I mean, this is just my views, just my opinion. So, you know, you can either rock out with it or you don't have to, man. I mean, it's up to you. With that being said, the title of the video is First Time Travelers Avoid Doing These 5 Things When Going to the Dominican Republic. 1, not familiarizing yourself with the area that you're going to be staying in. Now, this is key because, I mean, if you don't know where you at, you don't know how far the beach is from where you staying. You don't know how far the restaurants is from where you staying. Especially if you kind of want to be in the thick of things, in the thick of the action, you kind of want to familiarize yourself exactly where you're going to be staying and, you know, what's around you. You know, that's just common sense. But not being Dominican and not actually ever going to the Dominican Republic, you know, it kind of might be a little bit more hard for you. So just familiarize yourself, man. Try to, you know, get on the Google map and pull up the Dominican Republic, and then you can do the satellite thing and kind of see exactly where you're located, where, you know, what's around you, you know, how far the beach is from you, how far the restaurants is from you, how far the casinos might be from you, you know, just things of that nature. So you do definitely want to familiarize yourself with the area that you're going to be staying at. I made that mistake by just a little quick story. When I first got out there, I got an Airbnb on the top of Bliss Restaurant. Bliss Restaurant is located in Cabarete. Now, Cabarete, if anybody knows, it's not really too far from Sosua, but, you know, it's a nice little moto ride, you know, and that can kind of be tiring, and, you know, you can kind of get frustrated with doing that every day, especially if Sosua is where you want to be. So with that being said, you know, when you book your trip and you book where you're going to be staying, make sure you're staying where you actually want to vacation at. So that's just a little, you know, trick and a little guide for you guys, you know, a little gem for y'all that, you know, I had to redo. You know, I had a Airbnb apartment on top of Bliss Restaurant, which it was nice, but it didn't have no air conditioning in there. So I couldn't stay in there because if you know anything about the Dominican Republic, it's not cold out there. You're going to be hot. You're going to be sweating. It's real humid out there. So, I mean, without having no air conditioning in there, then the only air conditioning they did have was in the room. I couldn't stay there. So I had to get my money back and find me a place, a little hotel in Sosua, which I did find, which was cool. It was kind of like almost the same thing. It was like an apartment type of feel hotel. I stayed at the Margaritas Hotel, and it was pretty cool, man. I ain't gonna lie, I enjoyed my stay there. I actually got a video on my channel if you guys want to go check that out, of the room that I was staying in. But like I said, with that being said, number 1, familiarize yourself with the area that you're gonna be staying in. Number 2, not learning the currency of the Dominican peso from the US dollar. That's real big because, I mean, by you understanding that currency, you're going to put yourself ahead of the game. You're going to kind of, you know, be able to maneuver, and when you buy things, you'll be able to budget more, or let, you know, budget more efficiently. And, you know, I say that because I am a budget traveler too. I mean, yeah, I travel and I have enough money to travel and do everything that I do want to do, but I don't want to travel irresponsibly. So, but I mean, learning that currency goes a long way. Then you can overpay, which I get into that a little bit more later, but you can overpay the motos, you can overpay the taxi by not just simply by not knowing the currency of the Dominican dollar. So really learn that Dominican dollar, man, because it can save you, man. I mean, far as with the US dollar from the Dominican dollar, well, Dominican peso, I would say. And it's real easy, if you have to, I mean, I just Google everything, Google the US dollar from the Dominican dollar, and then it'll break it down for you. We'll probably maybe do a video on that too later on. But yes, learn the currency. 3, staying in hotels and Airbnbs that don't protect you or provide security or safety for you. This is a big one too, because going back to the Airbnb that I first got when I first got out there, when I was in Cabarete, it was, like I said, a nice Airbnb, and it didn't have no air conditioning, but also it didn't really have security. The people that owned the Airbnb, which they were some Italian people, the restaurant, I guess, was closed down at the time, and, they was rarely there. It was a gate that you can close yourself, but besides that, the Airbnb was up some stairs, and then it had like a padded gate lock that you can, lock yourself, but it was no cameras. It was nothing else to really hold you up and protect you, versus going to somewhere like where I was staying at the Margaritas Hotel. When you come in there, if you come in there, you bring you a young lady in there with you, you know what I'm saying? That young lady got to give her ID. When she goes to your door, it's a camera facing her at the door. And I mean, whatever y'all do or whatever it is, I mean, even when she leaves, she gets her ID back. Security asks you if you're okay, things like that. You might want to stay in somewhere that has security, somewhere that check IDs. And that's another thing. You might want them to check IDs, because there's a lot of different things going on in the Dominican Republic. Let's just say that. I'm not saying go out there and travel and go be a whoremonger, but I mean, at the same time, let's just be real. That's what a lot of men do. Now, me personally, like I said, I want to be a travel vlogger, so my thing was getting footage to put on my YouTube, exploring different places, going to waterfalls, going to historic sites and structures, and, just building a network out there, checking out the real estate, because I do want to invest in real estate, and I want to actually buy property out there at one point or another. I mean, so I had really a real reason to go out there, but let's just be real. I'm a man, I love women. I ain't gonna lie. I am a ladies man. I know y'all see it. But nah, for real though. At the end of the day, what I'm saying? I mean, you really do have to protect yourself out there, man, especially where you stand. The place where you stand, it has to be safe. I mean, a lot of places like, let me see, Casa Linda, they have security. I'm forgetting a couple of the other not casinos, but a couple of the other hotels that they have out there. Most of the hotels out there, they have security, and then when you bring a guest over, they want to know who you bringing over, so they're going to check IDs and everything like that, versus you going to an Airbnb that don't have no cameras, don't have security or nothing. You got to be your own security, which that's not no problem either, but you just better be about that. You better have a little street smarts, and you better be about that far as with securing yourself, which, I mean, I could have stayed in Casa Linda. I could have stayed in Cabarete and still been straight. Because, at the end of the day, I do have street smarts about me, but, I just kind of want to just get closer to the action, get closer to the beach and things like that. That's why I end up going to Sosua. But wherever you stay, make sure that you're safe. Make sure they got adequate camera systems and security and things like that to, just further protect you. It's just best to do that. At least your first time traveling. When my first time traveling, I think I took $2,000-3,000 worth of camera equipment out there. So I had a lot of different, I ain't gonna lie, I had a lot of different stuff with me. So I mean, I stayed out there for a whole month and I didn't get robbed. I mean, by the grace of God. And I mean, nobody took nothing from me. I was walking down dark alleys with gold chains on and everything, not to brag about it, but I think it's a way that you carry yourself too. People, they'll probably look at you and see that, you ain't about no bullshit. You mean business. So with that being said, that was, I think, something that another jewel I want to drop on you guys. Number 4, not learning at least the basic Spanish before going. Not at least learning some type of basic Spanish before going to the Dominican Republic. That's pretty big because a lot of times, man, you can really avoid a lot of different things by just knowing some Spanish. You can get things kind of cheaper just knowing a little Spanish because, a lot of the Dominican Republic people, they hardworking people, but at the same time, man, they hustlers. And, if you go out there as a gringo and you don't know nothing and, you can't even gift the gab with them or at least conversate with them or whatever, they're going to just try to run all over you for the most part. Not all of them, but some of them. So, learning some Spanish, I'm not saying that you have to go out there fluent Spanish, but learning a little Spanish will help you and go a long way. And even me, I went out there thinking that I didn't need to learn Spanish, and you do really need to learn a little bit of Spanish so you can actually communicate with them people. Even talking to women, you go out there talking to women. Me personally, I don't like using the Google Translator all the time and going to my phone all the time. So if you learn a little Spanish, that'll get you a long way and it'll go a long way out there. So learn a little Spanish, guys, when you go out there. Number 5, and this is the last one, not using common sense when dealing with the people from the island, expats, or other travelers. Now what do I mean about using common sense when dealing with islanders, other travelers, or expats is, okay, let's go with the expats, for example. You got a lot of cool expats. You got a lot of cool retired expats, and I'll get into that a little bit later, but you got a lot of broke expats. So you got to kind of learn, because when you being a first-time traveler, everybody knows it's your first time in the Dominican Republic. The women know it's your first time out there. The other expats pretty much know that it's your first time. They know new faces out there. And other travelers, they don't really probably technically know this your first time out there, but, they can be just as devious as the rest. So just, using common sense, man, because I've seen a lot of guys go to the Dominican Republic. I got video footage that I probably never put out, but I got video footage of travelers and come in, they stand there, and then they end up befriending a Dominican, and then something gets stole out the room, and next thing you know, you fighting them. Try to avoid things like that. It's cool to hang out with people and meet people, and you might meet a lot of great people. I met a lot of great people, man. Shout out to my OG Smoke, man, my Uncle Smoke, man. You already know what it is. Hey, I can't wait till we catch another one out there too, man. But I met a lot of good people, man. A lot of good OGs I met out there, man. There's real good people, but at the same time, you got a lot of people that's bottom feeders, man. You got a lot of people that really trying to make a dollar, trying to make a peso off of you. So, just use common sense with dealing with people, because, yeah, you on vacation. Yeah, you're supposed to be relaxing, but if you're staying out there longer than a week or two, people going to try to see what you're about. People going to try to get in your pocket. People going to try to see what you got. That's just what it is. People going to try to see who you are. So, just deal with people with common sense and deal with people accordingly. That's what I will say. But them are my 5, man, things that I would say for first-time travelers to kind of look into. We can go more in depth with a lot of different things as far as with knowing your surroundings and staying in the right spot. I'm going to do, matter of fact, on one of these informational videos, I'm going to do the top 5 hotels to stay in in Sosúa. So that's coming up too. But, you know, just bear with me, man. This is my first time doing an informational video, man. We're going to keep this thing going, you know. I mean, especially if my subscribers like it. If people like it, I'll keep dropping them. You know, get a little bit more in depth with some of this stuff and, you know, keep this thing rocking, man. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel, man. God bless. I'm gone.